Hello, Barbara Ragsdale here, independent maker with close to my heart. And I wanted to show you really quick the contents of the Gnomes for Spring Card Making Workshop. So if you're into gnomes and you love spring, this paper and coordinating cardstock is gorgeous. Now let me show you what's included in with the kit. With the Gnomes for Spring Card Making Workshop Kit, you can get what I'm about to show you for $25.95. That is the discounted price. And for that, you get your Gnomes for Spring card making stamp set. Now, if you're not familiar with Close to My Heart, each of the stamp sets do come with their own foam mat. You can see that foam mat there to help you with your stamping. So you get your stamp set. You're going to get some pattern paper, and let me show this to you. Look at this. Spring gnomes. Spring gnomes. And the flip side to that is this particular image where you have a bunch of different spring type images. And then, of course, you have your zip strip up at the top that you can use as well. The second piece is this sort of pattern. Sorry about the lines. I'm going to try to keep this down a little bit. These square kind of, they're not necessarily gingham. It doesn't remind me of gingham, but they're square and kind of sideways, if that makes any sense. And then the flip side to that is a bunch of clouds, and then you have a pretty zip strip there up at the top. And this one is lined. And the flip side to that is all of these spring type sayings in these circular motions. And then you have your check gingham. That's more gingham to me. Zip strip up there. You also have your coordinating cardstock, and you're going to get a 12 by 12 sheet of Flamingo. Look at this, Flamingo. This is Limeade, Jade, Glacier, honey butter, and a sheet of white daisy. On top of that, you're going to get a package of these acrylic shapes that you can use on your cards as well. And this kit has enough supplies to create 6 cards. So you have all of your envelopes. Some of my envelopes have folded into each other, but your envelopes and then your card bases that are already cut for you and already pre-scored for you. Is that not awesome? So for $25.95, you can get this entire kit. Bring all these little pieces out here for you so you can see, spread them out there. There you go. And if you're not interested in the stamp set, you can still get the kit itself, all the other pieces, for $20.95. So make sure you check out the event description for the details and my online ordering website where you can go get your kit today. And I will see you in the next video. All right. How about that? All right, so there shouldn't be an echo. I realized there might have been one there at the beginning. I had a window, a YouTube window open, and then I think I'm supposed to be muted when I'm playing a video. So hopefully that corrected that. Welcome, everybody. I have my camera down a little bit so we can see a little bit closer what I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to welcome everybody, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, and whatever state or country you're in. I want to welcome you to Barbara's Stamp Pad. It is a gorgeous day in San Antonio, Texas this afternoon. And so far, who's adjusting to daylight savings time? Normally it would be only 2 o'clock, but we got kind of catapulted by an hour into spring here. So here we are. Had a little trouble getting up and getting going this morning, but once I got up and going, everything seems to be okay. the fact that it was daylight a lot earlier threw me off, and I thought I was really sleeping in, but I wasn't. It was just the time change. So I want to welcome you. Let's see. Hello, Jackie. Hello, hello. All right. So today we're going to be putting together the Gnomes for Spring Card Making Workshop Kit. And this one's a little different than the other ones I've done because there's 8 cards that you make in this kit. 8. You only make 2 of each, but you still have 8 designs. And I showed that little video. So if you hadn't seen what was part of the contents before I chopped up everything and did the videos, that way you would see what's in your card kit as far as supplies. We are going to be using all 4 of the sentiments that are part of the stamp set, so yay. And I've got everything ready to go. I got my colors over here, everything's mounted, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And this is card number 1. I tried to do all of the sponging because let me tell you, you guys, there's a lot of sponging with these cards. And so I tried to get all of that out of the way, but there might be a few pieces where I'll have to do some sponging. But yeah, I knew I was going to be doing 8 cards today. So I was like, yeah, we need to kind of do a little bit more prep than normal. And I'm going to be stamping the back, made from the heart, so I can fill in my name later. All right. So in this one, oh, here we go with some sponging. We're going to be sponging with some Limeade. And let me grab my Limeade. And I did one piece, but I didn't do this piece. And when we sponge this one, we're only going to be doing 3 sides because that where these 2 sides come together that aren't sponged, we're going to be putting that piece of Limeade cardstock there to cover up. So you're not even going to see it. So just using some daubers. I had so many daubers, I had to put labels on them so I would know which color was which. Sometimes it's obvious which one it is. Oh, I was only supposed to do 3 sides. Oh, well, that's okay. We're also supposed to do this piece too. Oh my goodness. All right, well, here we go. It's a small piece. Like, it was a really small piece. I remember getting so much ink on my fingers when I was done with this first set that I did. I can barely see that. Of course, daubing, sponging your edges is totally optional, but it does give a little extra touch to your cards. See, we're almost done. I won't go too crazy on that piece. And then let's close that up. Let's start putting this card together. We're going to start with this piece right here. And I'm going to show you the prize as well, but I decided for the March share prize, I know in last night's scrapbook video for the second Gnomes for Spring scrapbooking kit, I didn't do that side because those 2 sides that come together, you're not even going to see it once I put some Limeade cardstock over that. But I decided to give a package of the Gnomes for Spring pattern paper and the coordinating cardstock. And I'll show you when we are done. Where's my glue? Let me get some glue on the back of this because I'm just going to put a strip down the middle there. My adhesive will get all over the place if I try to put the adhesive on there. Now this strip does straddle this entire, where those 2 pieces come together, and it's supposed to touch at the bottom of the card and at the top of the card. Okay. And then next we have these 2 little pieces of Glacier. And we're going to do some sponging on that. Oops. But before we do that, we're going to take these two little pieces and take our snips and just do a little, we're going to banner cut or dovetail the ends there. Let me take those off. Just cutting them off camera so I don't have to move those little bitty scrap pieces. And then I'm gonna sponge daub those edges. I'm doing them kind of both at the same time, just to save some time there. Okay. I'm not going to do the top part because it's going to get hidden in a moment. So I've got those, and then now this small piece of white daisy cut, we are going to stamp the sentiment, and we're going to stamp it in Flamingo. And this one says, sending a happy hello. So let me get some good ink on that. And then we're going to be fussy cutting. Just trying to make sure it's nice and inked up. I want to say when I stamped that, I had to stamp it twice. So yeah, we're going to have to stamp that twice. I don't know if there's some, let me do this because I can't talk and do this at the same time. I'm going to do it again. So it's a little bit darker. It could be a little bit better, but I'm going to leave it alone because I'll end up messing it up and I don't have another scrap piece to do. And I might try again later, but what we're going to do, like I might correct this after the live so that the card is stamped properly, but y'all get what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I am just going to fussy cut this out, and there's a reason why I'm going all the way around the edges first, just because it helps me to go in and get these pieces out. Oops, that was not deep enough. Go. And and then last little piece right here. I don't know. This just helps me to cut it straight in my mind. All right. Now what we're going to do with this is those two little banner cuts that we have. I'm going to attach those to the back of that with some glue dots, and we're going to attach them to where they are kind of going. One's going that way, and the other one, putting glue dots on the front of them. Oops, goes the other way, kind of like that. And then on the back, we are going to put this up with a couple of big dimensionals. And then we're going to put that kind of right here. And then we have our acrylic shapes. We got a big one and two small ones. Let me start with the small ones. We're just going to put these down with some glue dots. And I'm going to be running out of glue dots at some point. Let's put one right there. Let's put one, I can get it off right there. And then we're going to put this big one up at the top, upper top left. So I get a glue dot on there. Okay. Just like that. And that is card number one. Card number one. And let me get some of these little scraps out of the way here. And I'm just going to keep moving because we got 8 cards, guys, that we're doing. This kit makes 16 cards. And this is the next one. You are special. And let me get all my pieces out for that. Let me push that up there. Burnish this card. Let's stamp the back. This one's landscape. Go. Let's flip it over. And with this one, we are going to be sponging in Glacier. Glacier. It's the same color as this paper right here. And we're going to be doing this all the way around. I think on my smaller pieces, I already did all the sponging. So I'm just going to do it, I think, on the cardstock. We're going to find out. Alternatively, you could also do this with a sponge or any kind of other spongy. You could do it with the ink pad as well. Although, you know, if you do it a lot and often and hard, it may damage your ink pad, like the fibers of your ink pad, and you probably don't want to do that. But I have seen people use their ink pads to sponge. Look at that. Because of the magnet in it, my my scissors are sticking to it. All right, we're going to put this down, and we're going to put this piece down with some dimensionals. Okay, so let's get some dimensionals on there. Trying to do two things at one time to save time, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to put one in the middle just to help stabilize the center of that. And then we're going to put this down in the middle of the front of our card. And if you watch the paper cutting video, you'll know that there's a scene on here. So the top one is for the left, the middle one is for the middle, and the one that was on the bottom was for the right, so that when you put these pieces together, it's the same scene that we're doing. So I had to be real careful about putting that down. And I've already sponged the edges, so that'll save some time on that. And we're just going to create a mat. So leave about 1/4 inch at the top, left, right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my right side down so that I know how to put my middle piece down. Same thing over here. Leave about 1/4 inch. I'm not going to tap it down too hard in case I have to adjust a piece. And then now I'm going to put down the middle piece. And this should go right in the middle. And I can kind of gauge between those. I can move it again. There we go. There we go. All right. Now I can press down. We have this piece of white daisy that we're going to put down next. And this piece goes up there, pretty close. And then this strip of pattern paper, I'm going to put some glue down the center. And let me grab it. Bring that down a little bit. And this goes in the middle as well. So just put that right down the middle. Give it just a little bit of pressure. And then next, we're going to stamp. We're going to stamp our sentiment, "You are special," and we're going to stamp it in Acorn. In Acorn. And let's bring that back. Get this inked up pretty good. I'm going to stamp it right in the middle. Oh, let me get some more ink on the middle part of that. There we go. That looks better. Yep. Close that up. And we're going to be banner cutting the ends of it. And I want to show you, I'm using the dark side. I want to show you an easy way to banner cut both sides at the same time, so that they match basically. So I'm just going to put one side up to the left side. I'm going to take my scissors. Let me make sure that's even. You want to make sure it's even. And then we're going to start with the middle cut. And then I'm going to take from the corner of this piece of white daisy and cut up to the top. Well, where that cut ends. And I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, and then I'm going to take it from the corner of the Glacier and do the same thing. Be real careful it doesn't move. And then the same thing with the Glacier. Go. It wasn't much, but it makes a difference. And then I'm going to move it to my right side and do the same thing. Ooh, the other side looked kind of awkward now. I don't know if it's because I moved it or what, but let's see. Let's try this again. Right with the white. And then with that. Okay, let me move all these little scraps out of the way. Now on the bottom one, we are going to be sponging the bottom piece in Glacier. So take your Glacier and let's do some sponging. Helps give it like a shadow too. Just stresses it. That'll work. And then the You Are Special, we're going to take a couple of large dimensionals, put it on the back. That's kind of crooked, but that's okay. And then we're going to mount. I'm going to mount that on that piece of Glacier. Okay. And then we're going to put some adhesives on the back and attach this right there, kind of in the middle. And then the one acrylic shape that we have, we're going to attach that with a glue dot kind of over here. We'll put that one right there. And that is card number 2. I'm catching this comment right here. My nails do match. My nails are like the Glacier. Hello, Darcy. And hello, Mary Ellen. Let me just catch up on some comments. Thank you for sharing, ladies. And Denise. Hello, Denise. Yes, it is super cute paper. It is super cute. So that's card number 2. Well, let's set that right there. Card number 3 is a little on the easier side. So yay, right? This one just says best wishes. And I'm making a mess over here to the left of me, guys. All right. And this one is a portrait. This one's a portrait card. And stamp the back. Let's flip this around and we have a piece of Jade. I've already done the sponging on that. Yay. And this is going to cover the entire front of the card base. So this covers the entire front, and I did sponge around the edge in Limeade. And this one doesn't look like I sponged. So let's sponge that. Where's my Limeade? There it is. This one, when we go to put it on, I've never done a card where well, I have, but not like this, where this first layer, this is the only layer really, is crooked on a page on purpose like that, where you have to trim off some of the edge. So it was interesting when I was going through the instructions and putting this together. I'll just leave that alone like that. So basically, for this card, let me make sure I'm on the front right. It's going to hang off the front of our card kind of like that. So I don't want to put any adhesive on this too far on this edge, because I'm just going to end up trimming it. So let me, I'm keeping my thumb there so it reminds me not to put any adhesive too far to the edge. And we're going to line up this top corner with this other top corner and kind of like that. So we have a little bit hanging off of the edge, and all you're going to do is just take your scissors, and I'm doing it on the back so I can see how much is kind of overhanging that I need to cut off. And there we go. And then we're going to do the same thing with this zip strip. So let's get some adhesive on that. It's just going to be a little bit that gets trimmed off, and this one's going to go kind of like that. So you've got that little bit on both edges that needs to be trimmed off. So there's that side and that side. Okay. And then we have our piece of honey butter, and then we have our piece of white daisy that we're going to be stamping best wishes in Limeade. So let's get that inked up. So pretty. Go. And we are done with the Limeade, and we're going to pop this up. I'm just going to use one on a dimensional so we can mount that there. And then let's flip that over. And this goes straight down. And then we have 3 acrylic shapes that we're going to be using. And we're going to use this size. Get a glue dot on the back of that and put that one right there. And then we have little flowers. We're going to glue dot those as well. Put one right there. And the other one right there. And that is card, what, number 3? Card number 3. That was super easy to throw together. I think it took longer to sponge daub everything, right? This one's card number 4. Sending a happy hello. And let me grab my pieces for that. Got all my pieces. Go. Card number 4. Let's stamp it out. So here in San Antonio, and probably a lot of places, it is spring break. So who's got a, oh, that was my glue. Let me get my glue. So Jacob is off of school this week. Of course, you know, Mikey doesn't have school. He graduated already. This piece of Flamingo is going to cover the front, the whole front. So, but Jacob's with his mom this week, so so Chris is having to have do his chores for the week. I already sponged this piece of Glacier, but we do need to sponge this piece of pattern paper. So that's going to be pretty exciting to be able to go a little faster through school zones. Not that it's ever a problem to slow down. It's just sometimes you're like, I need to. We live in 2 school zones, guys. And when I leave in the mornings to go to Bill Miller's and go grab me a breakfast taco and some tea, I'm in a school zone when I leave our little subdivision, and then I have to turn on the other side of the high school, which is another school zone, and then not, football field down the road, we go through an elementary school zone. And I'm like, I just want to go get a taco. I just want a breakfast taco. But it's okay. I realized Friday it was spring break because as I drove through the elementary school zone, they had a bunch of things out for the kiddos, like bouncy houses and like games and stuff like that. And so, and then of course the marquee, that's when I noticed the marquee. So all I did was I put this piece of pattern paper onto this piece of Glacier. I am going to go ahead and put this down, but I'm not going to put the adhesive too close to the edge over here on the left because I'm going to be sliding these scallops back behind there. There we go. And we're just going to put this in the middle. Yeah, let me make sure we're going to put that right in the middle. Okay. Now the 3 little circles that we cut, because we cut like 12 of them in the cardstock, or you would have been die cutting 12 of them. We're taking 3 of those and we're just going to cut them in half. So I'm going to cut all of them at one time and get some adhesive. And oops, and these slide back behind here. So that's why we didn't put any adhesive back behind there. Okay. Just one after the other. Now the bottom one is not going to be even unless you overlap them. So I'm just doing kind of one right after the other. And on the bottom one, whatever hangs off the bottom, we'll just trim off. Slide that in there. There you go. Of course, if you have a scalloped border of some kind, you could replace this piece with a longer piece of white daisy and just do a scallop border. But this is a great way to use up little scraps if you have some small scraps. And this one's the one that's going to eventually kind of hang off. And we're going to get our snips and trim that off. So, all right, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. We're going to stamp it in Limeade, and I'm pretty sure I need to clean that sending a happy hello because I stamped that earlier in Acorn. And then we're gonna kind of fussy cut that out as well. So the same thing we did earlier, we're gonna hopefully this will stamp a little bit better. You stamp it twice. I'm so glad we can see through these stamps. So I'm going to stamp it again and call it a day with that one. Okay. Of course, if you had a Misty, you could also just use your Misty to do that. And then we're going to trim it. We're going to trim this one down too. I'll try to be quicker with this one. And then I'm going to catch up on some comments after this one. I didn't go back and look at the comments from last night's video, but Patricia Chat was the prize winner last night. So Patricia, if you're watching this video, and didn't see, you want a prize. I'm not sure. I thought you won before. I could be wrong. So if you've never won before, or if maybe if your address has changed, just message me your address so that I can send you your prize. Okay, so we got that stamped and out of the way. And this thin cut, what they did on this card right here is we used the LePen, so the black journaling pen, to make those lines and the little squiggly marks. But before I do that, let me go ahead and put this down. Let's put this down so I know where to put the squiggly lines. And we're going to put that down right there. And then the large flower, we're going to go ahead and put that down as well, because the squiggly lines go before and after the flower here. And I'm just going to draw a line. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yeah, I think you can. I'm going to draw a line. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's, you know, you're drawing this. I'm going to draw a line there. And then draw, I got to do it from the right hand side. And another line right here. And then now we're going to draw our squiggly line. So I'm just going to squiggle, 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 squiggle over here, and do a squiggly line over here. There you go. Now this does go up on dimensionals. So let's get some dimensionals on there. Got them all off. There we go. And then we're going to put that down right here and put our other flowers on. We got 2 little flowers. We're going to glue dot on there. And yep, I'm about to run out of glue dots. So let's put one right there. And then we'll put the other one right up here. And that is, losing track here, that's card number 4. Sending a happy hello. Happy hello. Loving the spring colors on these cards. And the next one is this one. May a rainbow run beside you in a sky that's always blue. I've never seen a sentiment that long before. So let's do it. This one is going to be a landscape card. Let's get that stamped on the back. Close that up. Let's flip it around. The first piece, I've already sponged the edge of this. We're using the clouds, which look like they go that way. The back side is equally pretty. This is going to cover the entire front of the card. So let's get that lined up. There we go. All right, and the next piece we're going to put on is this square piece of white daisy, and that's going to go straight down. And then at the end, we'll be doing some squiggly lines on that once we get everything else down. So we're going to put that right there. And then we have these 2 pieces. We have this piece of Glacier, which looks like it needs to be sponged. So let's go ahead and sponge that. And we are doing the light side. Yeah, we're doing the light side. Oh, I was supposed to catch up on some comments. Oops. Thank you for joining wherever you're watching from. And there we go. So next week we'll be doing the Let me put that glue there. We will be doing the Honey Bunny card making workshop, and I already have all of the videos out on my YouTube for that kit. So if you want to go see the contents of that kit, as well as the cutting instructions for the pattern paper, I'm just making sure this is inked up really good, for the cardstock and the pattern paper, you can go check those out. And I am just stamping it right in the middle. We're stamping this in Glacier. Yeah. The Honey Bunny is also one of the items that you can choose in your goodie bag for retreat. So if you cannot attend my spring retreat, registration closes March the 25th. If you would like to go or take it to go or come during the daytime, there's lots of options. I'll show that flyer at the end. So you can choose, I'm just going to put this kind of right there. So you can choose between the Honey Bunny card making workshop kit or the scrapbooking kit, which I haven't done the scrapbooking one yet. But this piece I already sponged around the edge, and we're going to put that down kind of right on top of that. And then there's room to put the little scallops below. So I'm just going to continue to do this while I chit chat. But yes, you can customize your goodie bag. And if you missed the last few weeks, one of the last couple of weeks, I did that's kind of off. I did the Let's Travel or Let's Go Anywhere card making kit. And I have those kits in front of me. I can show you guys in a moment. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut these up, cut them in half, and put them along the bottom here. Let's put these down. These do overlap. I did notice in the instructions, these do overlap, so just nice. So I'm not gonna, I shouldn't be cutting off any off the edge. And then you also have the option with Retreat for the Let's Go Anywhere card making workshop, the scrapbooking workshop, or if that is none of that interests you, your goodie bag can be a goodie bag full of adhesives, which is also nice because you can never have enough adhesive, right? Whether it's glue or foam tape or dimensionals or stuff like that, right? Those are consumable things that we always need to keep stock of. All right, there we go. That one kind of overlapped a little more than the other ones. I don't like the way it overlapped, but it's okay. It's a handmade card. All right, so we got two flowers. We got this larger flower and a smaller one, if I can grab it. And we're gonna put those on with glue dots. So we'll put that one right there and this smaller one. And I am officially out of glue dots. And the other one, we'll put it right there. And then we're going to grab our LePen. That's literally what it's called. It's called LePen. And they did get some more in. So any of the supplies that you see here, you can go to my online ordering website. This one is going to go most of the way. And then there's going to be 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to pick back up. And then go down. Down. And this way. That was kind of fast there. And then pick it up down here. And keep going. Keep going. Going. And then go up a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. May a rainbow run beside you in a sky that's always blue. Card number 5. All right, we're getting through these. We got 3 more. This one is sending a happy hello. This is card number 6. Get all my pieces out. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to highlight some comments real quick. Yes, these really are super cute spring colors. Stella says, had to come over, you two facing. I'm not surprised, but welcome back, Stella. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Donna. Marcia asked, do they just do card kits like that, or can you make your own cards? You can make your own cards. The suite of products, they have them, they have them in kits or workshop kits, and then they have things individually. So if you just want to get paper, you can just get the paper. If you want to get the paper and coordinating cardstock, you can do that. If you don't want stickers, you don't have to get stickers or die cuts or thin or the things that are already. If you don't want acrylic shapes, you can pretty much customize what you want and do whatever you want. These kits are just pre-designed. So if you want to do them as they've designed them, which is what I've been showing you guys, you can do that, or you can do your own thing. So I like how they do make it easy to, they take the guesswork out of everything because they've already designed all of the cards for you, which is nice. That's always nice. So basically, what I've been doing is this is the back. Just been making the kits as they've designed them, just to make it easy on me. So I'm trying to work smarter, not harder now. I did kind of change the way I did a few things. So, but this piece of jade, I did sponge the edge in Limeade already. So we're going to put this on, and this is going to cover the entire front of the card. And just like we did that other one where we had to cut off some of the edge, we're going to do that as well. And I did sponge this one already. So let's get some adhesive over here. Scratch my eye there. And corner to corner, like so, that first corner, and line it up. And then let's trim off what we don't need. There we go. All right. And then this zip strip has already been sponged around the edge with Limeade as well. So we're going to put that on kind of right up here from one side to the next. And oh, look, it looks like I already stamped this one, which is like, yay. So I'm just going to cut this. This was stamped in Acorn, which I'm loving the Acorn color. But I'm a neutrals kind of person when it comes to colors. So neutral colors generally I favor, basically. I don't know. I've never been like a real colorful person. So even with my clothes, most of my clothes, y'all are going to laugh. Most of my clothes are either black, navy, or green, like a, not like an army green, but like a green, like a, I don't know, just a green, like a pretty green. But yeah, but that's always just been my colors. It makes me feel weird anytime I wear anything other than those colors, because I'm like, I feel weird. I feel like I'm a spotlight, like people can see me in those brighter colors than I normally wear, and it just feels awkward. So my happy place is usually in black, black or navy. All right. So that is that. And then I have these three. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Here it is. One of my acrylic blocks. One of my acrylic shapes. Well, I'm just dropping all of them. They're like rolling off here. Let's go ahead and get these on before I lose them. We're going to put these on with some glue dots. And this bigger one's going to kind of go down here to soften that corner. Oops. And these smaller ones, I'm about to run out of glue dots on this one too. You can put these anywhere. I'll just keep them where I had them, kind of where they had them on the design. I would have put these more like, and grab that one, like in other spots as well, just to kind of balance them out, because they all seem to be like on this one side of the card. I'm going to put that one right there. And that is card number 6, sending a happy hello. Hello. All right. Oh my goodness, you guys. Not this one, but I just took a look at card number 8. This one says you are special. This one's card number 7. We got this one and one more. And we are doing good on time. Probably because I got started right away. So I'm going to try to get through this one. And it looks like I've already done all the sponging, which is like, yay. But I know that I did goof on my sample. And so I want to do this one the way it was designed. And let me see if I remember. Okay, so this one's landscape. So let's stamp the back with our little angel policy stamp there. And let's flip this to the front. And we have these pieces. Yes, I've already sponged these. So let's get these down. They've all been sponged in either Limeade or Glacier, kind of both, depending on the color of each one. And this one is going to be so super easy. We're just going to put these down. There's no, you don't have to get these straight. Let me just put it to you that way. Actually, this one should have gone back behind there. So it's going to be real easy just to throw these together. And then I've got one piece, this one right here, that was hiding. Every time you put together this card, it might be just a little bit different, just because of, you know, how these are put down a little crooked. Okay, and then this last one. We'll put that one back behind here, kind of like that. So they're supposed to be crooked. And then let's take this piece of white daisy that we have, and we're going to be stamping the sentiment, you are special, and we're going to be stamping it in Glacier. And then where's my you are special? Have we stamped this one yet? Yes. So let me clean it. We stamped that on card number 2. So it's got probably Acorn on it. So let me clean that. And let's get that inked up. And let me take a look, because this is where in the instructions I kind of did something. Okay, so it's right on here, but there's a reason why it's right on here. And I'll show you. So let's go ahead and stamp you are special. Make sure that's inked up really good. I'm gonna stamp that kind of like right here. Okay. And then, oh, I should have left that open, because this piece right here gets sponged in Glacier. But I'm only going to do, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and do like 3 sides, and I'm going to have to do a little bit more, because this side, no, that's where I went wrong. I'm only doing one side. When I did my sample, I actually ended up banner cutting both sides, and I went back to look at that, and I was like, oh, hold on. only one side is supposed to be banner cut. So that's where I went wrong when I did my sample. And then let's do the corner like that. And that. There we go. That's it. So let me sponge this little piece that I dovetailed or banner cut, whatever you want to call it. I think in the instructions they say it's a dovetail. Get that a little bit more sponge daubed. There we go. Now we can close that up. And we're going to put "You Are Special" and mount that to this piece right here. And straighten that up a little bit. Go. And then let's put this on with dimensionals. And this piece is going to go up flush up against the right. And I'm going to show you where I messed up here. This goes flush up against the right. I know you probably can't tell a whole lot, but if you notice, my banner cut in my sample is a little bit shorter than the one that I just did, because this one I ended up banner cutting this end, and when I looked at my picture and realized it was supposed to be flush, I basically trimmed off the banner cut, so that's why it's a little bit shorter. And then now we're going to put on our little acrylic shapes. And I'm almost out of glue dots on this one. I had a lot of loose individual glue dots. And finally, I had opened up multiple packages of glue dots and didn't really realize it. I just kept opening packages and so I had all these used packages of glue dots. And I'm finally getting able to go through all of them. So let me do it this way. Let me go from left to right. And we're going to be using our LePen. Might get a little crooked there. To go all the way around. And then we're going to do some squiggly lines. Of course, this part is totally optional. If you wanted to mat this with another piece of cardstock or just leave it blank, you could do that. Just goes around the edge. We have that little piece there, and then we have this little piece right there. And then we're going to do some squiggly lines. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle there. And squiggle, squiggle, squiggle there. And that is card number 7. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. 16 cards. Well, I already done 8 of them. So we're doing the other 8. Y'all ready? There's so many pieces on this one. When I was cutting, I was like, oh my gosh. Who designed this? There's a lot of pieces. So, I just dropped a piece. I think it was an acrylic shape. To get all my pieces out there. What fell? Something fell. Oh, it was a butterfly. Trying to grab it. I couldn't grab it. All right. Let's get going on this one. All right. Probably going to save some time by just stamping the back later. I might do that going forward. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing going forward. So while I'm putting this together, it looks like I've done the sponging for everything. I just need to stamp the sentiment, which is good. Let's put this together. This piece of Limeade is going on the bottom. While I'm putting this together, I will share with you that I am still working on what I'm going to be doing going forward. Now that we know Close to My Heart is going to be closing its doors at the end of June, and we're going to have we technically are only going to be having our websites through, trying to get these spaced out through the end of April. So technically we're going to be makers through the end of June, but oh, that one goes on top. I'm trying to space these out so I get them down right. And then I'm talking at the same time as well. And then that goes there, and then that goes there. Okay. All right. So we're going to space these out. I'm just going to put these down while I chit chat. So yeah, I'm a little bummed. I've gotten past a few stages of grief. I can't remember how many stages of grief there are, but oh, this one goes on the bottom. This goes on the top. So let's start down here. And so I'm just figuring out my game plan. I'm going to make some changes. I just haven't completely decided. There is one thing I'm going to start doing. I'm not going to video any of it, but I'll share with you guys while I'm putting this together. I have all of a sudden become interested in learning how to grow my own food. So I'm going to learn how to grow food, guys. I don't know if any of y'all grow your own food or if you have little gardens or anything like that, but if you have any tips for beginners, I welcome them. We've got Chris decided to gift me something, whatever I want, from Gurney's, because I had been talking about growing stuff. And actually, the first thing I'm going to start doing tonight, I'm going to make my own fresh lemonade, and I'm going to start with the seeds. So I'm going to start to germinate some lemon seeds tonight, and I'm pretty excited about that. So once I get in my kitchen, I'm going to enjoy. And you know what? The idea for the fresh lemonade came from a week or so ago. I have a friend that I used to work with at Whataburger Corporate. Her name's Dana Hyde. She lives in Lavernia. And so if you're ever in Texas, the Lavernia, Texas area, make sure that you stop by and visit Hyde's Hen House. It's a soup sandwich and gift shop. She had lemonade. I could have chose sweet tea because normally I get sweet tea. And I chose to get lemonade. And I could instantly taste the freshness. And I remember asking her when she came to our table, I was like, is this fresh lemonade? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I could taste it. It tasted so good, you guys. So good. So yeah, that's where I got the idea to start. I'm going to try to grow a lemon tree so I can make my own lemons and my own lemonade. I've grown peaches before, blueberries, jalapenos, but like I wasn't really serious about it, so it didn't last very long, but it was fun, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, is basically learn how to eat fresher foods, and I'm gonna grow them. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. So that's going to be part of my changes that I'm going to be doing. So I know I'm going to be going down to just one day when I do lives, but I haven't decided. So since y'all are here with me, I'm going to stamp "You Are Special" in Limeade, but I'm going to clean up my block just to make sure it's clean. So, but I want y'all's input as well, since y'all join me every single week. What do y'all prefer? Do y'all prefer keeping Saturday nights or keeping Sunday afternoons? You tell me. And then I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to try to take some peeks at my comments. Oh, good. I'm just putting this together. I already dovetailed the these two pieces. So yay. You are special. And then this is going to get popped up with some dimensionals. So yeah, tell me, and then it'll just be the majority vote rules, basically. because this other times I'm going to be spending taking care of myself and growing stuff. Y'all remember that scene in Still Magnolias where what's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name. The one where she was growing tomatoes. And they asked her why she's growing tomatoes, and she's like, because she's an older woman, and that's what they're supposed to do. That's me now, right? That'll be me growing tomatoes. All right, I'm putting a couple of acrylic. I keep saying acrylic blocks. They're acrylic shapes. And where's my glue dot? Oh, it's still on there. I'm like, that didn't stick right. There we go. Weezer. It was Weezer. Yeah, it was Weezer. She said something about because she's an old lady, and that's what old ladies do. I'm not planning on being as mean as Weezer, but I need more glue dots. I need one last glue dot, so I needed to grab another one of my open packages that I have left here. And fighting with that glue dot, guys. There we go. Oh, that is way too exposed. Let me fix that a little bit. Move it up a little bit. There we go. All right, LePen time. We're going to go around the edge and do some squiggly lines. And then that is going to be it for all of the cards. This one had the most pieces, I think. So I'm glad it was the last card. Because after this, we are going to be done. And then we'll go up to here and then pick it up over here. And then where's my squigglies? My squiggly is up here. Squiggle, squiggle, and squiggle. There we go. Oh, card number 8. Ooh, this, guys. All right, let me move some of this stuff out of the way because I'm going to pull this up a little bit more because I need to bring back all of the cards. It's going to be a lot of cards. A lot of cards. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We'll put 2 and 1. That's a lot of cards, guys. All right, let me do that number right there. And then let me get to my comments. Move some of this stuff out of the way over here. Y'all, it is a mess over here to the left of me. Y'all can't see it, but look, let me show y'all. It is a mess. That's what happens off camera that you don't see. And then over here is almost no better or any better. Let me get my grammar right there. Anyway, 16 cards this kit makes. Let me move some of this stuff, especially these empty blue dot things, and throw those away. Which one out of these 8 cards, which one was your favorite? Do you have a favorite? Do you even have a favorite? Let me get my little trash can here so I can take this off. Go. Oh, it looks so much better now. All right, let's see. All right, Jackie likes number 5. Paula will catch the replay. My kitty helpers only clean up when I drop food, so they only eat food or crumbs or want to lick something if it's appealing to them. Beverly likes number 3. I don't even know which. Yeah. 2. Thank you, Roberta. Oh, Roberta, I started answering your message that you sent me, and I have had, I can't tell you how many squirrel moments, and I never respond. Like, I started a message, and honestly, I never hit enter. I just kept wanting to add more to my message, and I'm going to have to send you a replacement calendar out So I don't know what happened to the one that got mailed out, but I did get your message and I'll send you one. I don't know if I have any made up right now anymore. I went through all the ones that I made up, but I did get your message. Thank you, Darcy. Yes, all the cards are very springy. Beverly said, I grew up with fresh vegetables, fruit canning, preserving, much better for you and taste better. Yeah. Y'all, before I know it, I'm going to have chickens in my backyard. Yeah. So anyway, so let me share, let me make sure I'm logged in to the wheel. I think I am. Nope, I'm not. Let me log into my wheel. It timed me out because I wasn't in it for that long. But while I have this here, let me show you the share price for March is going to be a package of the Gnomes for Spring paper and a package of the coordinating cardstock. So you have all the colors in there that we use today. And then, of course, the paper that you see in here, that is what's in this package. So that's the March Spring prize. And then we're going to draw for last week. And I had the prize right here. And where did it go? Where did it go? Did I put it? I put it somewhere. Where'd it go? Well, oh, yeah. I wanted to make sure I pulled the right one. There was another one right here, but it wasn't the right one, but this is the right one. It's going to be a package of the shaker, window, foam, and acetate. So basically it's a combo. You've got, this is for shaker cards. And so you've got the coordinating foam. And then of course the insides you can use for like dimensionals basically. So you can use the insides of those, but also there's coordinating acetate that is already cut for you and round. And all you have to do is put your glitter sprinkles, your sequins, whatever you use in there when you create your cards. And there's enough for 6. Yeah, there's 6. So there's 6 shaker windows, foam, and the acetate to go with it. So we're going to give that away. And let me share my screen. And then we will be done. And if you want to stick around for just a couple of announcements, you can do that. Or if you got to go, you got to go. 3-3. So it is this video right here. And let me shuffle some slices. Thank you to everybody that watched last week's video, whether it was Facebook or YouTube. And thank you for all your reactions, your shares. And let's give away some shaker window foam and acetate. Look at my sound. Need some sound. Bonnie Kelly. Let me write her name down. And it was her share. Get back into StreamYard here. Congratulations, Bonnie. I'll get that mailed out tomorrow. And then the only announcement that I want to show you guys, and you've probably seen this before. Oh no, a couple announcements. We still have Cardstock Carnival that runs through the end of March. So if you want to stock up on some cardstock, just check the event description. I think the link is still there. You can just go to my website and you'll see the link for Cardstock Carnival there. I'm still waiting on my paper because I got the biggest size I could possibly order. And then also Spring Retreat. I mentioned it earlier. There's still some space available if you want to join us. If you can't join us and want to take it to go, don't forget you get your choice of what you want in your goodie bag. It's got a $50 value. And you can choose between the Honey Bunny Card Making Workshop Kit or the Scrapbooking Workshop Kit or the Let's Go Anywhere card making kit. I did those cards, I think last Sunday, or you can choose the Let's Go Anywhere scrapbooking workshop, or you have your choice of an adhesive goodie bag. And you can arrive Thursday, leave Sunday, come Friday, leave Sunday, or if you live local and you want to come just during the daytime, there are day retreat fee options that are available where you can come as early as you want, stay as late as you want, and go home, sleep in your own bed. It is at Mountain Laurel Retreat in the Texas Hill Country. And I will tell you right now, this most likely, like I said, I haven't made any final decisions, but most likely this is going to be my last retreat that I will be offering. So if you're going to be there, we are going to have a blast. Things are going to be done just a little bit different when it comes to prizes and bingo and things like that in the raffle. But hopefully you'll be able to join us to help celebrate, because like I said, most likely it will be my last retreat that I will be actually hosting. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go to retreats. I am always up for going to a retreat, and my decision might change later, but for now, this is most likely going to be it. So let me catch up on some comments and we will call it a day. Yep. Bev said no chickens. Grandparents raised sold chickens, forever scared from being pecked, getting eggs. All right. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. It was a little bit longer than normal just because we had 8 cards that we were putting together. And so that took a little bit longer, but they're all equally cute. But this is a snapshot of what the cards you can make when you get the Gnomes for Spring Card Making Workshop Kit. And you can get it with or without the stamp set. So whatever you want. Things are back in stock for these particular items. So if you are enjoying the paper or the stamp set or any of it, just go to my website, place your orders. This will be available through the end of this month. Or if they sell out earlier, it could be while supplies last. So if you want it, you better get it now, because there's no promise that it'll be available after March. And other than that, have a great rest of your day. Wherever you are, make sure to check on your elderly neighbors, and we will see you all next Saturday night for the Gnomes for Spring Project 3 Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. And then I'll be back next Sunday afternoon to do the Honey Bunny Card Making Workshop Kit, which that paper is so stinking cute, you guys. So stinking cute. So I'll see y'all next week. Bye.